This is part 2. So I'm seeing 4 people involved in it. 2, which are the parents, plus 2 more. Whether the mom had something physically to do with it or not, it doesn't matter. You know why? Because she knows about it. Same way the grandmother knows. But the mother did witness, and she has seen things. And she has been threatened, as far as I can see, to keep her mouth shut. Because they have had plenty of loss in their family, whether it's death or going to prison for murder. So Rebecca definitely knew what happened. And when people say that they haven't seen tears in her eyes, I haven't seen tears in her eyes either. And I believe the reason for that is she has already gone through the grieving process, the first stage of losing a child. And that is why you don't really see the emotions that everybody's waiting to see, because she's already gone through that roller coaster, which is stage 1, I believe. She still has a long way to go. I do believe that the mom is traumatized because she saw a little bit more than what she bargained for or she thought she was going to see. Staying in an abusive DV relationship, unfortunately, sometimes kids pay for it. And Emmanuel definitely did not deserve it. The fact that they talk in the past tense. Now, when I say past tense, what I'm seeing with the baby, if you guys notice, this is what made me look into it, okay? If you guys notice, in any of the news conference, at any given time of them being in front of cameras, I haven't seen, and maybe you guys have, I don't know, maybe I'm blind, but I haven't seen the mom or the dad holding like a baby blanket or a teddy bear, something that reminds them of the baby. It's more like, okay, we came here, we did our job, we did a news interview, we answered as much questions until we got cornered, and now we're gonna shut up and let our family friend lawyer take care of it, or whatever, that they're claiming. But the fact that, like I said, the grandmother, the family and friends know. They're not gonna expose anything unless there's some kind of a reward. Okay, I understand that they pulled the reward back, but here's a tip that can actually help them. If they put that reward up, okay, and I'm not saying a big reward, I'm not saying tens of thousands of dollars reward, I'm saying, let's say $1,000 reward. If you're desperate for $1,000, then you will come forward. But I guarantee the way that these criminals are going to get caught and the way the baby's going to be found is, number 1, putting the pressure on the parents. Okay, parents know before anybody, obviously. And number 2, family members are going to be, and those closest to them are going to be the ones that are going to tell on the people involved. So the police department, the investigators, everybody involved in law enforcement needs to put the high pressure on them. The mom is very, 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 very close to cracking, okay? And I could feel it, I could see it. Her energy is so low and so drained, it's not even funny. And she's ready to crack. So if there's enough pressure, and I'm not just talking about the public, okay, because obviously they're not really going to care what people say in the public, but if law enforcement actually puts pressure on the parents, the mom's going to crack. Okay, they need to separate the husband and wife, and they need to make sure that they make her feel safe and secure enough for her to start opening up and letting them know where the baby's at. And another thing I saw too is, I know that they only searched the parents' home, but that's not it. I'm seeing another home where there's more evidence there, okay, a family member's home. It could be the grandmother. I'm just seeing that blood-related family member connected to this case, to their home where the investigators went with their dogs and their backyard and all that stuff. But there is more evidence at another family member's home that they need to go to and investigate there. 100%. They're going to find clues and more evidence of the baby's disappearance. There is a lot of holes in Rebecca's story because, again, she is terrified. And the way, you know, I could read body language too, and people's eye connection, and the way that she keeps looking at her husband as if to get his approval of what she's saying or she should say or how she would act, in order for him not to get mad at her. And this is a situation, I mean, it's not an excuse, but me as a mother, I would turn this whole world upside down to try to find out. And I don't care if my husband did it. I don't care who fucking did it. Okay, and my husband even knows too. You touch my kids and do something to them, you're done. And that should go for every parent. And I'm not, and it's vice versa too. If I did something to the kids, I expect my husband to, you know, take their side. So, kids should always come first. But going to Big Five real quick, there is no baby that I see that went with her. She did not change any diapers. Nobody said hola. Nobody, I mean, that's just, it's insane. That's the most dumbest story. But her story is a replica when she says her story of what happened. And for her to get punched and hit the ground and the baby being stolen and all this other stuff, I see and I feel like it's a story that is replaying in her head, that had happened inside the house during the time where, right before the baby went missing, or days before the baby went missing, and she's just replaying those scenarios of what happened to her in the house, and she's taking that part and putting it outside because she doesn't want to bring any heat in the house, saying, you know, somebody came in, broke into the house, beat me up, punched me, whatever, took the kid. No, she wants to take the heat out of the house and put it elsewhere. And I believe that wherever the store is, because again, like I said in part one, I've never been to that town, so I don't know what it is or what it's like and how the layout is or anything like that. But they were circling the premises around the store. Somehow they felt a little comfortable knowing that there's no surveillance cameras where they claim for the baby to have been abducted from, and the violence and all the stuff going on. But no, that's all bullshit. And yeah, if Rebecca has balls, then she would, and loves her child, then she would give her husband up, and the couple other people that I mentioned earlier in this video. Just saying. I mean, what do you guys think? Because, you know, the dirt, the sand, the dirt, the trail, the foresty area, the camping area, but not really camping, near water. And it's not too far from their home either. So if you go back and watch part one, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. But prayers for the baby soul, prayers. And there's a special place in hell for people like these two monsters.